Hello, my name is Nick, and welcome to the first in a long series of Doctor Who discussion videos. I'm doing these because of the 50th anniversary coming up soon, and God, it's 50 years. 50 years of Doctor Who. I mean, I was born in 1992, and I actually got into Doctor Who in '05 and caught up with Christopher Eccleston when that first season started. And I was just blown away by Eccleston. And then David Tennant came along, and then now Matt Smith. And it is crazy that I didn't even know Doctor Who was that old until David Tennant came along. I didn't study into it as far as I do now until, Mr. Tennant started playing the Doctor. And I couldn't believe that it's been on since 1963. 1963. Long time. It's one of the longest running sci-fi television shows, ever. And I don't think that it's going to be ending anytime soon. I hope not, cross my fingers. But the Doctor, for everyone who doesn't know who the Doctor is, and for the people who know who it is, it's just my, kind of elaboration on the Doctor. The Doctor is one of the greatest heroes in the history of, fandom, in the history of science fiction. Because unlike a lot of the other, heroes and the monsters and the villains, he's the only one that could be real to an extent. I know that sounds very sci-fi and wacky and, all that, but if you think about it, he's the only character that kind of was brought to life from the actors. I mean, think about this. Whenever a new actor comes on to play the Doctor, you don't worry about where the Doctor's going. You're worrying about who the actor is that's going to play the Doctor. The character will be alive. However, the person who plays him may not be anymore. It might be a new personality coming to regenerate into the Doctor. And it's like the Doctor will never die. It doesn't matter who comes to play the Doctor next. I mean, it doesn't matter who has played the Doctor in the past. The question that has always been asked when he's going to regeneration is, who's going to be the next Doctor? There is no, oh God, I'm worried about the next Doctor if he's going to be another Doctor. No. The Doctor itself is a character that's almost like alive. That's my opinion of it, at least. So, I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at 50th anniversary coming up, and I'm like, well, why not do a little, discussion video, and just kind of throw myself out there, big Doctor Who fan, and Doctor Who fans want to get out there and reply back, comment on this, whatever you want to say. And I guess the first topic I want to talk about is the 50th anniversary. That's really the big elephant in the room here is the 50th anniversary that's coming up in November. And, the expectations are high. I've been looking for some, I'm a leak hound when it comes to some of that stuff. And I've been looking for something. I can't find a lot. And I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to ruin anybody's, anybody's look upon the new Doctor Who coming up. Because it is a doozy. I found one good leak, and it is a doozy. It's just, they are going to rewrite the history of Doctor Who, it looks like. And it is going to be big. I would suggest not missing it. I've got 3 different alarms set up for November 23rd, ready to watch Doctor Who. I'm not missing it for the world. No, sir. But the only thing I am a little bit disappointed in is that there were some things that I had expected to happen with this Doctor special coming up in November. And they're just, they're not coming together. Eccleston's not coming back. Tom Baker wasn't asked. Neither was Colin Baker or, Sylvester McCoy. None of them, as far as I know. I mean, you never know when it comes and it comes on. They could be on there and I'll be like, oh, well, damn it, That's awesome. But unfortunately right now, from what I've read, none of them 3, as far as any other Doctor besides David Tennant, is going to be in, the special. And it's just like, how are they going to do a Doctor Who special without the Doctors? I mean, I was expecting, how they did the 3 Doctors, and those big crossover specials they did in the 60s and the 70s. I expected to see, like a 11 Doctor special. It's just, I guess not. It's unfortunate, but I'm sure, Moffat, Stephen Moffat, who's writing the special, knows what he's doing because he's never failed me yet. So I really do hope they have something really good in their sleeve. You know, that's all I can really say about the Doctor Who special that's coming up. I mean, I have one leak, and I want to say it's so bad, but I cannot give it away right now. If I do, I will. Oh, I know there are some people out there who will be extremely upset. Uh, like I said, let's just say the history of Doctor Who as you know it will be rewritten, and be prepared. But on the next subject, this is another rumor I've been hearing, around the Whovians that I do know, that I hang out with, and what they're thinking about the whole special coming up. A lot of people think that it's going to be the end of Matt Smith's run. Well, I don't know. I mean, I was reading that he's supposed to be coming back for another year, and that pretty much that rumor is absolved. I get that he's going to be back for another year, but the question is, who could they find to play the next Doctor to upstage or succeed Matt Smith? I mean, thinking about it, because I mean, it really started getting my brain jogging there. What actor could do better than Matt Smith? I mean, because when I watched David Tennant, I couldn't think of anybody who could do better than David Tennant. But then Matt Smith shows up, and I'm gonna tell you, straight up, that the first couple episodes I was a little iffy about Matt Smith. The first episode was kind of cheesy, but I got the whole walking into the shoes of the Doctor, and he has done very good. He hasn't let me down. I've watched every season he's played in, and I haven't found one episode that he really failed me on. And I have to say that I'm a Matt Smith fan now because of the Doctor. But the question is, who could take over Matt Smith's part as a Doctor? And for that matter, I mean, just who? I mean, that's the question. Doctor Who. I mean, I mean, I have thrown out some ideas with my wife, who is also a Whovian. She really likes Matt Smith, and we thought about a couple of really good actors to take over the spot. I mean, I think that Hugh Laurie might do a good job if he was ever into that, which I think would be an awesome job, by Hugh Laurie if he could actually try. Hugh Laurie would do good, yeah. And I think that another good actor to try and play Doctor Who might be Johnny Depp. I've heard Johnny Depp being thrown around, but a lot of people say he's too mainstream. He knows he's too good and all that. And I mean, that's a good point. And that could also be said with Hugh Laurie. I mean, he's done House. He did Fry and Laurie back in the 80s. I mean, all the Stuart Little movies and everything. Hugh Laurie, I think, could do it, but he would have to go with something darker. I think the Doctor would have to turn to this darker being than what he is now. And he would have to get pissed off. And I mean, excuse my language, but he would have to be a very pissed off Doctor to be Hugh Laurie. And I just don't know if the Doctor can go that way, in my opinion. I don't know if, the Doctor could go in a negative sense and become this negative being, this evil being. I mean, of course, I haven't seen it yet because I had something come up and I missed it. But the latest episode, A Nightmare in Silver, I seen some previews for it, and so I know that the Doctor is going to play against himself in a very weird game of chess, deciding the fate of his companion and some more people in the episode. And so I'm looking forward to checking that out. And I mean, that'll probably give you a glimpse into what the Doctor as an evil being or bad being can give. I'm not sure yet. I have to watch the episode. But I mean, Hugh Laurie taking over Matt Smith's spot would be pretty cool. I mean, there's nothing that says Hugh Laurie is going to play the Doctor next. I mean, there's nothing out there that says that. It's just my opinion. I think it'd be really cool if he came on and did that. And that's probably one of the strongest actors I'll pull for, But also, there's something else about a woman playing a Doctor. I've heard a lot of that going around. Somebody wants to see a woman play the Doctor. And, if anybody was to play the Doctor, if any way they could get somebody to play the Doctor, I would have to see Clara come in and, somehow, some way, Moffat write it in to where Clara could come in and play the Doctor. I don't know how that would happen. I don't know any way it would go, but that's the only, woman Doctor I could see. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think that there could be a good woman doctor. I mean, but her personality would have to be as quirky as a male. As quirky as all the other male doctors, because if you don't, it could bomb, and it would be bad for the fans. Fans would hate it. I mean, I'm sure they'd get through it and wait for the next generation to come in. They wouldn't leave the show altogether just because of one doctor, but, I mean, it could happen, I guess. I mean, I think that a female doctor would be good, but she would have to be just as good as Tennant, Smith, Eccleston, Baker, McCoy, all of them. She would have to, be up there in that league with them. She would have to really study their persona. But anyways, that's the end of my discussion board for now. I'll do another one later or tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.